Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Lee Majdoub about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in theaters April 8th. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you so much, man. So happy to be here.
Oh, man. I mean, this is wild because...
So wild.
It's wild because I was telling you before we started, I remember like being on social media when the first movie was like announced, not even out, just saying like they're making a live action Sonic. And now the second one is coming out. Like, it's crazy.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. The hype around the first one was insane. And now the hype around the second one is so much bigger.
Yeah.
I think people are really looking forward to it. I think the first one showed them what could be done, and the second one just takes it to the next level.
100%. And the last movie I saw before the pandemic in theaters, basically, was the first
Same
one.
thing with me. Yeah. Same thing with me. Last movie I saw in theaters was Sonic.
Yeah. And, you know, this one's coming out, and it's pretty crazy because I'm just curious what your mindset is when you're told that you're coming back for the second movie. Like, I mean, can you even describe what that kind of call is like?
Look, it's really hard to put into words because it's so like there's so many levels to it for me particularly. I mean, you know, there were a lot of feelings around the first one. You know, I played Sonic as a kid on the Genesis, right? So being involved in that movie for the first time was kind of like mind blown. And then working with Jim Carrey, who's a big hero of mine, mind blown. As an actor, you want to, you know, on a bucket list, it's like you want to work for a studio picture. Oh my gosh, mind blown. And then to have the fans receive Agent Stone like they did, and then to have Paramount and that entire team really like the character as well to invite me back. I mean, like there's nothing guaranteed, you know what I mean? So like absolute dream come true. It's like, I don't know. It's so surreal.
It felt like, and this is me saying this, you know what I mean, as like a fan of the movies, but it felt like it fit the character. Like it felt like it was like, this is natural. You know what I mean? He's the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's Robotnik's guy. You know what I mean?
It works, man. I think what's great about Stone is that he's this kind of grounding element to Robotnik, right? So in a sense, what I like about Stone is he's kind of the audience perspective. Yeah. Where it's like you really enjoy being around Robotnik. Also, there's moments like where Stone kind of like looks at him like, I don't know why you did that, but okay, I still accept you for who you are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel like the natural kind of mindset when movies like this are made, when they're kind of taking something that had such an amazing fan base, like the video game character, and putting it on screen, there's this obvious like combination of getting kind of the old school Sonic fans on board and then trying to get new ones as well. Was that a mindset you kind of thought of when you signed on for the projects as well?
I mean, for me, it was more about where does Stone fit in to the mix, right? And I think, you know, I spoke on this a lot when the first one came out, where on paper, Stone, there really wasn't much to him. Yeah. And then as Jim and I got to know each other, and Jeff and Toby and the entire team, you know, more ideas would start to like, we'd flesh out more ideas and Jim would come out with more stuff. And then that relationship started to flourish on screen and off screen. And so I think it just naturally evolved into this. I think Robotnik in no matter what you're looking at, animated series, video games, always needs kind of a like right-hand person, a lackey of some sort. And I think in live action, Stone works really well for that.
So it's interesting to kind of see the growth and development of Stone, right? No, basically the first one, you know, you knew it was a part and everything. There's a little bit there, but is it safe to say without any spoilers? I mean, he's around, he's back. You know what I mean? There's gonna be some cool stuff for Agent Stone in the new movie.
Yeah, it's really cool. You do get to see him evolve a little bit. Yeah. And what I really liked was that you got to see him a little bit away from, how is he away from, like, how does he deal with people when Robotnik's not around? And you kind of get to see that little, like, that dichotomy of when he's with Robotnik is this admiring, loving kind of character. When he's around someone else, you see a little bit more of that agent element to him.
100%. You know, there's no shelf life for a lot of like TV and film and like kind of clips and moments because of, you know, GIFs and TikTok and everything. And, you know, there was a really obviously like a hallmark moment we call from the first movie was the latte scene, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just kind of never went away. And I'm sure you're okay with that, right? That it's always
I love it. I love it. There's people that I hear like from my siblings or friends. They're like, some people know you as the coffee guy in Sonic. And I'm like, cool, I'm good with that. Agent Stone, the coffee guy.
It's pretty exciting too. Like, because there definitely is a misconception that actors kind of know what's going on or are told a lot of things. Like they just show up.
Yeah.
But like, did you know they were using the he's back like in the trailer for the second one? Did you know that?
I didn't know. I had a feeling, like you get a gut feeling. No, like being in the industry for as long as I've been, you know, watching trailers and everything. When we shot it, I was like, oh, okay, this could be a trailer moment. Like, I'm not sure. The way they go about trailers is kind of differently, right? Sometimes it's a different creative team that's like, you know, let's draw all the audiences in and everything. So, but I did have a feeling. I was like, this might be a good one. This might be a good trailer moment.
So it's a video game related, but non-Sonic question that I need to ask you very quickly. We'll go back with Sonic because when I got this interview confirmed, I was like, I have to ask him. Pokemon Apocalypse. Okay?
Yes.
I'm sorry. No.
Yes.
Did you make a full movie or was that just the trailer?
Pardon me.
Oh, dude, so good.
We never made a movie. So the goal wasn't really to make a movie. The goal initially was to do a trailer. And my buddy Kyle worked on that CG by himself at that time.
It took him
forever. It took him forever. He was working by himself. So I think he grew to be like, I never want anything to do with this again. And then after a few years, we were thinking of ways to, can we pitch it? Can we figure out a way to like turn it into a feature, like a small mini series, like a web series at the time, right?
So good.
It was really challenging,
life, right? Like that trailer's not going anywhere.
No, man, it's got so many. I'm so blown away.
Yeah,
and it's popping up like after Sonic happened. People were like, "Hold on a minute, the guy in Sonic was also Ash Ketchum."
Well, there's like
Pokemon
an IMDb
Apocalypse
page for it too. So if they go to your IMDb page, like it's there, right? Like
they're like, "What?"
Like the 100s.
We started it.
Yeah, exactly.
We started it, Detective Pikachu.
So good. Yeah, I remember like someone showed that to me, and that just resurfaced for the whole year. Like my group of friends, you know, I had a group of friends that like our exciting time for a Saturday night was watching a horror movie or playing video games, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Rather than going out. So like we knew that, right? That was always so good. Obviously, whenever you make a sequel for something, you talk to all like the directors or writers of it as well. I mean, you know, it's always you want to make it better than the first. You want to expand the storylines, give more kind of adventures in Sonic's case, but you want to make it better than the first. Besides that, what do you think? What are you hoping the audience takes away from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 when they get to watch it?
That's a really good question. I mean, what's really nice and so well done about this one, outside of like staying true to the Sonic lore and everything, is that Sonic as a character has grown from the first movie, but still is trying to figure out now he's got the family. He's trying to figure out his place in the world. Yep. He's still making mistakes, not understanding why those are mistakes. And what I really like about what they've done with these movies is so many of us can identify with, where do I belong in this world? Yep. Right? Like, what am I meant to do? How do I go about it? Learning to own up to your mistakes, learning to be okay with yourself. So I think that's a major, major plot point with Sonic 2. And then introducing Tails and Knuckles and like a bigger, badder Robotnik, I think just adds to the, what's it called? To the stakes for Sonic.
The stakes are very high for the sequel.
Yeah.
Like they're massive.
Yeah.
And especially with the announcements and seeing Knuckles like in the trailer, it kind of elevates the whole project, right? Yeah, exactly.
So Knuckles is so cool.
I know.
I watched that and I was like, I love Knuckles.
Yeah.
I love Knuckles. Stone might not like Knuckles. I love Knuckles.
Well, I remember, like, I have, you keep a lot of, like, some people keep a lot of their, like, old toys and everything.
Right,
I have, like, some Sonic toys and, like, a Knuckles toy that, like, I keep. Like, that.
My mom found the original Sega Genesis with Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 with the ability, like, with the cartridge edition.
Mm-hmm.
So you could click in, I think it was Sonic 3, you could click into Sonic and I can't remember, but there was like a Sonic and Knuckles that you could flip open the cartridge and add another one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you had that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was obsessed.
I feel like
I don't think I ever beat a single Sonic game.
Yeah.
Because I was horrible at them, but
you know why I feel like, because, you look at a lot of other characters, like, I feel like I know why Sonic, like the video game character, is so popular. I think it's a simple thing. He's just so slick.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean by
that? He's got
this
edge.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Especially when he's tapping his foot, he's looking at the screen, he's like tapping on his wrist, like, come on, player, what you doing?
And it kind of has, I mean, the video games, like the one I put on GameCube, it had like a good like rock and punk rock theme song. He's a little punk rock, let's be honest about it. There's like an edginess.
There are definitely elements of that. Yeah. He's the punk rock, he's the alternative.
Yeah.
I think as the generations like progress, he's always going to be kind of like an element of the rebellious. Like, what's the rebellious music? What's the rebellious kind of style?
Yeah.
And I think Sonic will always have that element.
It's actually like an honor and privilege to be speaking to you this week as well, because this is probably like a crazy week for you. I see on Instagram like the premieres and everything, doing the press junkets. I mean, is it just as crazy as we think it is basically right now?
It's wild. It's so.
Is it steady
amazing.
Or is it like all over the place?
It's like on and off.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I had time off, but it was like, I landed on the day and then I had like a fitting and then the next day I think was the family event and then something, and then today's like a big day. Today we've got our blue carpet premiere. But it's like the first time I'm experiencing that in like the 15 years that I've been working, in this industry. And so it's such a blessing. It's such a pinch myself. Like every day I'm waking up and I'm like, am I going to wake up from a dream? Like, is this like, even going back to the first movie, right? I still have times where I'm like, did that actually happen? Like, am I living this amazing life?
I can't even imagine like what that's like when like you officially get the word, because there's always rumblings and everything, you know what I mean, you talk to your team, but like when you get like the official word that Agent Stone's back for the second, I can't even imagine what that like 48-hour window is like.
I'll be honest with you, once everything was locked in, it was emotional. It was really emotional, to be asked back. I was invited back, right? So that's like huge.
Especially playing a character that people aren't kind of familiar with in a world where we're familiar with so many characters, right?
Yeah, that's something else too, is just to see the fan base around Agent Stone and how much even like old school Sonic fans have appreciated and welcomed Agent Stone into the world. They're like, he's equal to like Grounder and all these like classic sidekicks to Robotnik.
I know, it's so crazy. And I'm so happy for you, man. And thank you so much for coming on Popternative, chat about Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
So April 8th, it's going to be available in theaters.
April 8th in theaters. Go watch it in theaters. It's big. It's huge. I can't even, there's no words to explain how big this movie is.
It's a big movie. It's big.
It's a huge movie.
It's huge,
There's explosions, there's laughter, there's explosions, there's an avalanche.
There's
Spoiler
explosions.
alert, there's an avalanche.
There's explosions.
Oh my gosh, you need to see it in theaters. There's an avalanche.
Where can people follow you on social media to keep update with everything? Instagram probably, right?
Yeah, pretty much Twitter and Instagram. I'm quite active on both of those.
Amazing.
And it's just my first name, last name.
Amazing. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You're going to be able to catch Lee Majdoub as Agent Stone and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in theaters April 8th. Until next time, it's Lee and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.